You're listening to Trevor Francis on the Tilton Talk Show.
Following the blues, we love you, what more can we say? Birmingham City, down at St Andrews, we are lost supporters of our team. We chanted Super Blues, ringing all around, now all you blue boys know what we mean. We are the lads.
Welcome to Monday night's Tilton Talk Show, sponsored by Beach Cleaning. 4,812 of us made that horrible trip up to Bolton on a Tuesday night to be rewarded not only with the 3 points, but another one of those away days which will stick in the memory forever. Then comes Saturday, Gary Monk's Blue and White Army once again show their support for the club we all love so much. What were the officials doing not allowing that early goal which could have changed the dynamics of that game? It may have taken 25 shots, 13 on target, hitting the bar and the post, having him disallowed off the line, but that never saved our attitude, and that was all we demanded as evidence as the Duke managed to save part of the day in the 87th minute. Bristol City away tomorrow, so no time to think as the games come thick and fast. The end of the season approaches. If we get a result there, results go our way, we can further this amazing run we've been on. Not only results, but performances and team spirit, something that has been woefully lacking for most of the season. Okay guys, it's Monday night and that means strap yourselves in. Get ready for the ride on the world's Tilton Talk Show.
They're gonna give us what we're longing for. It's Birmingham forever. Let's hear it from the stand. So come on, City, sing this song once more. We are the lads from Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love you, what more can we say? We are the lads from Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the
Yes, we are the lads of the Tilton, of course.
We're so happy.
He will be 80 years old on Saturday, so very, very, very happy birthday to you. And thank you for not only our signature tune, but for such an iconic tune as far as the blues are concerned, and also that very treasured piece of paper that we've got in this studio with the original words written on it. So a very happy birthday to Colin Phillips, 80 years old on Saturday. Happy birthday to you. Right, okay, Mister. You know what, since we last met...
Good evening.
He's smiling. He's got a smile on his face. That won't do, you know. We've got to wipe that off somehow. Tonight.
It won't be long, I'm sure. Yeah.
I heard a Check and Doy song as well the weekend.
Oh,
I'll
good.
sing it to you shortly.
Oh, I'll look forward to that.
I'm sure you will. Okay, we'll start off with Bolton Tuesday. What an amazing night out that was.
Yeah.
Great to see you at the end as well.
Yeah.
Nice to have a little chat at the end.
It was.
Wow. It's just wow.
It's one of them, you know, you think of the season we've had, actually the 18 months we've had, really. Nights like that, it makes you remember what it's all worth it for. You know, nearly 5,000 Blues fans all behind the goal at Bolton. You know, seeing us play the way we did, and you know, bring those 3 points home, those massive 3 points home. Yeah, like you said, it reminds you of why you go to away games and why you support football teams and why it gets in your blood so much and things like that. It was very, very impressive.
I don't know, this has been branded around on Facebook over the last few days. I've got to pay absolute credit to our ticket office staff as well, because they've been brilliant. The transition for me, not only getting tickets for Bolton and also for the Burton game, was just so smooth. And
well, you had Ipswich as well just before that as well, didn't we? So
I couldn't
the
make that
Saturday
one
before. So
yeah,
you know, 3 games in a week where they've had kids for £1 at Burton and 15 quid for Bolton away. So yeah, I'm sure they're absolutely rammed for that over the last week or so.
Well, I took me youngest son Scott to the game. The one that had his foot crushed up, he's walking again now, good and proper. So that's good. And I have to make an apology to him and to the rest of my family, actually, because I am a stickler for being on time. If I say 7:33, then you better be ready at 7:33.
Right.
At 12:30 in the afternoon. No, nearly 1 o'clock in the afternoon. He was ringing my doorbell. I was still in bed, out, flat, done,
Oh my
done for. So I've had to.
You got there pretty early, didn't you?
I didn't do too bad. Do too bad.
So did you get there about 4 o'clock in the morning?
No, it was 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and he was ringing my doorbell.
Yeah.
And wow, I couldn't. Of course, I've been ragged. And then the eldest son was there, and I didn't see him till half time. And of course, the first thing he did when he sees me, gives me a load of abuse for being late.
Yeah.
You know,
rightly so.
Rightly so.
If you give it, you got to take it.
But he also said to me, he said, "Don't you ever be such a mardy." if we're ever late again, I'm reversing that, and I'm going to be exactly the same. Sorry, boys, if you're not on time, tough. But yeah, going up to Bolton, what a horrible journey. Not only that one, but on the way back.
The way back, you know, the way there. I mean, we left. You know, we took a car full up. We left about 3 o'clock. I think
2:30 from Utah.
So we were Brum, but we took we went the toll road because we're rich and we can afford things like that.
I bet you get out the bath and wee in the sink.
We didn't want to. The last thing we wanted to do was get stuck in Wolverhampton, and then it was bad up by Congleton.
Sandbach,
that bit there. So I think our Google Maps on the phone took us off the motorway and down some country lanes. It saved us about 5 minutes or so. But yeah, so we got there in plenty of time. But like you said, going back, and then they threatened to close. They were threatening all the one of the junctions was going to be closed, wasn't it? But it was only coming northbound, not southbound. So we got away with that one a little bit. But
I had to go around the Wrekin when I got back because the A50 was shut. So normally I'd hop on at Stoke Stadium.
Yeah.
And then straight down the A50, and then 20 minutes from home from there.
Yeah.
But then I had to go all the way down to the next junction, and then round Stone, and
we got back about.
But
1
did I
o'clock
care?
In the morning, I think.
Did
you don't, do you?
Did I?
You don't feel it, do you?
Did I? Yak?
I need to get the Endoy fan club officially started. Shall I get going?
You can, yeah.
The inauguration.
Yeah, I'm now officially an Endoy fan. I originally agreed with Mr. Fun, but I do see his value in the team now. He definitely adds more than the support from the blocks. With him standing on the 6-yard line for corners, I always feel safe. He has arguably changed the game a couple of times now, attacking and defensively. He's manhandled 3-man midfields. I think Mr. Fun is focusing on anything he does wrong too much. They all make mistakes often. He for sure changed the game at Bolton with their 3-man centre midfielders. He bossed it. And he made the difference at Burton too. Mr. Fun's got to see it by now, surely. I've just added the surely bit.
Oh, okay. So it was a statement that
it was a statement, yeah.
By now.
Yeah.
He's big. He's black. He's breathing down your back. Check and oi, check and oi.
Are we allowed to say that now?
Don't like it. No.
I think it was a masterstroke, actually.
Yeah, it was a genius stroke.
I think it was a masterstroke.
He
by doing what?
He bossed that.
No, by
midfield.
bringing him up. I mean, I don't think he bossed it. I just think he frightened the
What
hell out of
game are we talking
everybody.
about here?
Burton.
The Burton
What,
game.
for the 5 minutes he was on, he bossed the game?
For that time that
he
he was on,
frightened.
he was absolutely monstrous.
Yeah. Not in a footballing wise, though, as I say.
Who agrees with me?
No, I mean, not in a footballing wise. He was there. He was put on to cause chaos and havoc.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is what he's good at. You know what I mean? Heading people in the back of the neck.
How did that goal come about?
Well, what are you trying to say?
He was holding a player off, actually. He was shouldering a player off.
But we kept the ball on the floor, and we didn't lump it in the box. When we go on to talk about the Burton game, this was one of the main things I was pleased with. I'm very impressed with, actually, how brave we were for a side that have been down at the bottom for the vast majority of the season, that struggled to score goals. The bravery to keep the ball on the ground and not bring Endoy on with half an hour to go and just lump it to him. I was really impressed that we were brave enough to play football, and actually the goal has come from keeping the ball on the ground, Davis not lumping it in the box, played it out wide to Boga, and Boga's got a good cross in, and Djukovic has headed it in.
Right, Kev Kelly seems to have seen what I did. And Doyle changed the game Saturday and created that space for the Duke to get the header equaliser, and he did. He got hold of this guy, and he was muscling him.
So
out.
you're saying he's fouled a Burton defender in order for us to score?
Not fouled. No, not fouled.
Do you know what? Do you know what? I will hold my hands up now. I come away from the Bolton game,
Yep.
and I saw I saw in the last half an hour at Bolton, when we were down to 10 men away from home, backs to the wall, I saw a reason to have Check-and-Doy playing.
Right, there you go. Thank you.
I think that's as good as he's going to get from me.
At the moment.
But I saw a reason why Check-and-Doy is useful in the team.
Right.
Down
Really?
to 10 men,
Okay.
half an hour to go away at Bolton. That last half hour when we had to defend for our lives, actually, he was useful.
Big shout out to Sean Taft Morris, who's joined us
He
all the
couldn't
way
pass.
from
He couldn't
Swansea.
pass his way out of. He couldn't pass 5 yards again. And you mentioned, didn't you, that one
that he is.
where he tried to caress a volley and
There's
it
actually
skewed
something
off
wrong
the
with my
side of his
headphones
foot.
there. Something came through the bit where he says he was useful.
Yeah, he was useful.
Right, okay.
He was useful. But
we're
I'm not buying that he did anything spectacular Saturday. But yeah.
Yeah, Robert Doyle says, and Doyle took 3 of their players out with one header of the ball. Proper bloke. He's got that though, hasn't he? He has got that ability to take players out.
But what I've always maintained.
He's not the most technically gifted
maintained
player in the
that you could pick anybody off the
Welcome to the Check and Doy show.
Get Baz.
The weekly Check and Doy
Baz
show.
to come on for 5 minutes, and he'll scare defenders and push defenders out the way. For 40 grand a week or whatever he's on, he needs to be able to play football,
Paul
not just put himself about.
Paul Litka says, and Doyle's been much better under Monk and got a 5.5 out of 10
game.
instead of a 2. He caused Mayhem in their penalty box and gave them something else to think about, which freed the Duke up to head in. Okay, the debate will go on. The jury's still out. But we've still
I'm not here, to constantly have a pop and deliberately have a pop, right?
Yep.
I've said. Coming away from that Bolton game, he, along with every other person on that pitch, the 10 players in that last half hour, they were all heroes on Tuesday night at Bolton. All of them. And they all worked their socks off and they all put a shift in and they did everything to stop Bolton from scoring. But
James Brown, that's very funny, but I can't read it out. Robert Dawes says he's our only international captain. No, hang on, look, let's get back to the Bolton game. Go on.
Thank God for that. Yeah.
An immense performance first.
Yeah.
Immense.
It was.
Not only from the supporters.
It wasn't as good as we've played. It wasn't as good as we played against Hull. It wasn't as good as we played Saturday. But actually, away from home against a side that could have pulled away from us if they'd have beat us.
Yeah.
And actually, looking at the table
They're
now,
one below us now, aren't they?
how important that 3 points was to drag them back into it. Magnificent. All the things that people come on this show and ask for, your passion, desire, commit, whatever adjective you want to describe, they showed it in bucket loads. All of them. Even Adams, I know he got sent off, but for the first hour he was ratting away. He was trying to get into. You could see we were trying to get into on the ball. We were trying to play better football as such, if you like. We were trying to keep the ball. We were trying to control the game a little bit better. It wasn't quite working, and like I said, we weren't exceptional, but we're not going to be all the time. But what I would say is, like I said, that last half hour, when you go down to 10 men, what you want is every player putting in an absolute shift. 5,000. I'm sure the crowd would have helped as well, having 5,000 Blues fans there as well.
I've got goosebumps, look.
But
I'm off.
So 100% fair play to them, because those players have copped an awful lot of stick actually over the last few months. Rightly so at times.
Yep.
But you got to give them credit where credit's due, and at Bolton they were heroes.
James Brown says he loves you really. Welcome to Pennywood, and of course Alison Shilton has joined us, so there can't be any Pilates on tonight. And good evening also to Stephen Rice. Welcome to you. Now, here's a great point about the situation from Jess Hemming. Everyone has been better under Monk. The bloke oozes class. Been totally impressed with him in every detail. Hotter has been replaced by a footballer, and Ndoye seems to know his job when he gets a chance. And he's just that menace. He's not a footballer. He's a menace.
Well, he's not a footballer.
He's not a technically gifted footballer.
Well, he's not a footballer.
But it's all right.
Because, but whatever. But her point remains that she's spot on. Michael Morrison. I thought Morrison was finished. I thought he was done. Well, he could, at times in the last 12 months, he's looked a shadow of himself, and you think, does he care? Is he still, the rumours that he was unhappy about, he fell out with Shotton, or if he was still unhappy that Rowett was sacked or whatever. Him and Dean have struck up a partnership that is keeping Mark Roberts out the side. He's had the bravery to put Wes Harding in, who's been fantastic at right back. The back four looks a hell of a lot more balanced now. But yeah, Hotter is it's just confidence.
Yeah.
He looks so happy now playing for a manager that believes in him. Rather than, you could play a Steve Cottrell interview of one of the recent defeats just before he got sacked. Where he's hanging players out left, right, and centre. But they all do, and when you've got someone like Hotter, full of confidence, wanting to get on the ball all the time, you're going to create a hell of a lot of chances, like we did on Saturday.
25, I think it was. 25 chances, 13. 13 on target.
Yeah,
which is that doubles what our normal rate is. So.
And how many times there's been occasions this season where we haven't had a shot on target, and we've looked completely lacklustre, completely devoid of any ideas or confidence, and now all right, we didn't get the 3 points, which would have been an amazing end to the 4-game run that we've had. But do you know what? Actually, a point, 87 minutes, you're 1-0 down at home.
Sorry,
you take a point,
somebody called Chris Brown's just joined. Can you check him out for us?
Not sure about that.
Yeah, as an idiot anyway.
You 87 minutes, you take a point, don't you? I think. Yeah, you're happy with a point, and we've held on. We've kept fighting. Like a few people on the Facebook page when we asked for their 3-word review. Never say die. Kept digging in or whatever.
That's all we want tomorrow.
And we did. We kept going until the end, and we've got ourselves a big point. What could be a big point?
Or not to put a downer on it, that one decision could be the 2 points that cost us. Our place.
Well, you hope it isn't. And
I know.
Listen, there's 5 games to go. So if we do end up going down by 1 point, I'm sure there'll be plenty of things that happen in the next 5 games that you can point at as well. But certainly goals change games, and actually if you go 1-0 up against a Burton side that aren't playing with very much confidence, didn't come with any intent to attack whatsoever, if you go 1-0 up early against them and play the way we did, it could have been 4 or 5. You had that feeling. But
Kevin Kelly, right, okay, there's one we spoke about before the show started. Attendance was good too, 22,321, excellent for a bottom 6 club. Yes, it is, but can you point to me where the 10,000 empty chairs were in that stadium? Because I couldn't see them.
Well, there was only really obviously Upper Gilmerick was closed, and Burton didn't bring many, so there was a few there. And then the rest is just sporadic, a bit dotted around, isn't it? But if there's 22 and a half, we only hold set 30, don't we? No, 30, isn't it?
Is it 32?
It's just under 30.
Just over, or just under or just over 30. So you're looking at about 7,500 seats. Not sure how much the Upper Gilmerick holds, but
not many.
The majority of the missing seats obviously was in that section behind the goal with the away fans and up there.
Okay. But, won't make too much of a big deal out of it. I'll go back to the ticketing for a moment, if I could, because I was stood in the queue outside the Tilton, that very long queue that appears there where everybody's waiting for the tickets.
Yeah.
And a lovely lady from the club shop, dark-haired lady dressed in black, came out and says, "Come on into the shop." She says, "It's much quicker to get your tickets in there." And I'm thinking, this is quality, this is what I want, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
A bit of communication, a bit of togetherness.
Yeah, of course,
proper.
Yeah.
So thank you. I don't know her name. I didn't get her name, but I did say I'd give her a mention tonight.
Yeah.
And say thank you very much, because we could have been stood in that queue for another 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And she was coming out and quite happily bringing people into the club shop.
That cohesion and everybody working from the same hymn sheet, and making it easier for the fans. Like you say, that you could have had a first time supporter going, and and the staff are that helpful, they'll want to come again and things like that. It's just sometimes it's the little things, isn't it? And so fair play.
Yeah, so no, fair play. I like credit where credit's due, you know. Right, okay. Pies. Who rate all my pies? I was that nervous on Tuesday. I couldn't eat a pie, I'm afraid. I just couldn't eat anything. Couldn't eat. So, unfortunately, I didn't have a pie. But if anybody did have a pie up in Bolton on Tuesday, please let us know what they thought of them.
We went to Frankie and Benny's before, so...
Well, we found an American bar in that square. What lovely, what a wonderful place next to a football ground. Huh?
Pretty good.
How incredible was that? You know, facilities and things for humans to sit on, and
new ground. Yeah, but
we were treated like humans. We acted like humans. We came away like humans. I think I was one of the last off the car park, to be honest. Because when I drove in at whatever time we got there, about 4.
I wish I'd have known and I'd have gone closer to the coach.
Oh yeah. Because they didn't have the guy on the gate taking the money when I got there. So sorry, Bolton. Might have done you about £7.50 there, but hey, we win. A win's a win, isn't it? Right, okay, we've got Bristol tomorrow. Dean Thompson says it's going to be tough. It is going to be tough. They are still vying. They're still in and around the playoffs. I think it's it's testament to how well they did at the first half of the season. They're currently 8th on 62 points.
They've only won 3 games in the league since in 2018.
Yeah.
So to be 4 points off the playoffs when you've only had 3 wins in 2018 is a really good effort, actually. So that they're desperate to turn it around. If they don't beat us tomorrow, there's a chance they could be 6-7 points off the playoffs, and then they play Middlesbrough away on Saturday.
Well, they're 4 off at the moment.
Yeah,
so that would be 7. Then.
Yeah, if everybody else won around them, it drops them down a little bit. And like I say, they play Middlesbrough away on Saturday. Then, so it's a big time for them. They've had a good season. They, obviously they had the run in the League Cup to get to the semi-final and play Man City, beating Man United along the way. So I think it will be tough. It's a tough place to go, but do you know what? We've got very recent memories of going there ourselves when we needed to win last season and stay up. So actually, I don't see why we can't. I don't see why we can't go there and nick something.
I can see us nicking something there, and then probably falling short at Wolves.
Well, my eldest lad Adam was adamant that we were going to lose against Burton and beat Wolves.
Okay.
So that's his prediction for certainly for Sunday. He hasn't given me any indication on tomorrow.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on tomorrow night, though?
I would take a point. If you offered it me now, I'd take it. But like I said, I've got a funny feeling that they shouldn't take us lightly because of the run we're on. But considering they've got us tomorrow night, and then, like I said, Middlesbrough away for them on Saturday is so big. You kind of hope that maybe they've got one eye on that fixture.
Yeah.
Take their eye off us a little bit. Being at home and against the side close to the bottom, maybe they take their eye off the ball a little bit, and we can go there and nick something.
Luke Griffiths, thanks ever so much for that, mate. Pie was 2 out of 10. I'd call it Steve Cottrell, flavourless and best forgotten about.
That's a good description.
Cracking. It's off. It's all started. Right. No, it's not a parking show, Kev, honestly, mate. I'm just talking about the parking. Oh, God, you lot don't half pick up on everything, don't you? Don't leave anything unturned, do they, eh? Bless them. Right, so the pie obviously wasn't very good. Steve Gill saying a 1-1 draw against Bristol. Now, look, if we can snatch 3 points tomorrow, right, and then other results go our way, that starts to become a decent gap.
Yeah. It becomes almost insurmountable if we win tomorrow, because I think Barnsley have got Bolton on Saturday at the weekend.
Yes, they have. Yeah,
now, obviously, either one side drops points or both of them drop points.
Yeah,
and the fact that we've gone above Bolton now like I said, it's a big motivation for us. Like you say, if we go there tomorrow and somehow get 3 points, it becomes.
The Barnsley's game in hand is against Nottingham Forest. They've only picked up 3 points in the last 5 games.
Yeah.
And if you look, again, we were speaking about this earlier, over the last 5 games in the bottom half of the table, ours and Sheffield Wednesday's record is 10 points from those games, which is the best out of the whole of the bottom half. So, and it's actually better than quite a lot in the top half as well, to be perfectly fair.
Yeah.
So.
But that's been the last 4 games.
Yeah.
We said when Mark and Anne come in, that was before was that after Hull or just before Hull, but we said the whole game onwards, Ipswich onwards was going to be the crux of our season.
Yeah.
We've beat Hull and Ipswich at home, Bolton away, and we've drawn with Burton, but it's a result and a performance that feels like it feels more than a point. Do you know what I mean? I think, especially the performance. I know Burton aren't no great shakes, and they're probably heading for League One this season. But actually, it's been a long time since I've seen us dominate a game like that and create so many chances.
Ian Lomas is asking, would everybody be happy with a Barnsley-Bolton draw? I think that's going to be the
100%
best result for us.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Keep them both away from us.
Yeah. So
if we can I know derbies are tricky and everything, but it looks like Wolves are going to win the league against us, and I don't think they'll.
They could actually win the league on Saturday without kicking a ball.
Yeah, they could do it. Fulham, don't we? Beat Brentford, But I expect Fulham to win their next 2 games, which will mean that Wolves will, in beating us on the Sunday, will mean that they've won the league, and I think that will be too much incentive for them, to be fair. Well, I think obviously Man City and Man United had it this weekend, didn't they? And Man United managed to spoil their party, but I think Wolves will. That'll be a fixture too much. I think.
You think so?
Yeah.
Right.
They're a cut above everything in this league. And even though.
Pete Taylor wants to know if you're folding all the Nick Spore names up for the draw.
I am, yeah. I did start about 2 o'clock this afternoon.
James Brown says we'll beat Wolves. So does Wazza. He thinks we'll beat Wolves. And they might win the league midweek. Now, if they do win the league midweek, right,
it becomes a massive party for them, doesn't it? They might have been on the lash all week.
Exactly, and they might just take the foot off the ball a tiny bit.
It gives us a hand. But I think Fulham have got Reading, so actually I don't want them to. I don't want them to have won the league this week, because that'll mean that Reading have won another game. I think Wolves have got Reading. Is that wrong? That looks like it. No, Wolves have got Reading have got Fulham. Sorry.
Right.
So if Wolves win the league this week, tomorrow or Wednesday, it'll be because Reading have picked up 3 points against Fulham, and I don't want that. So that drags Reading away from us. So
but then do we want the Wolves to take the foot off the gas when we got on board?
But it's 3 points. It's 3 points either way, isn't it?
What an incentive for them to win the league at their own ground, at their own stadium.
They're going to anyway. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, I think if it was anyone else, you'd be looking at it saying, "Oh yeah, you never know. Keep it tight." I just think they're a step above everything in this league, and however well we've done, and we have done unbelievably well the last 4 games, and we've turned ourselves around, and we look a completely different team. Wolves are a step ahead.
Right, Pete Taylor, he should have kept his original predictions on the spreadsheet to compare. He has, and we have got a copy of the original here.
Yes.
And looking at this now, over the last 3 games, Mr. Fun has predicted that Sunderland would get 4 points, and they have currently got 4 points. Okay, not in the order that you predicted.
That'll do.
Right? You predicted that Burton would get none. They are currently on 2.
Yeah.
You predicted Birmingham City would get 7.
Yeah.
They have currently got 7.
Yes.
You predicted
Up the Blues.
That Barnsley would have had 6.
7 because it includes the
6.
Forest game.
But the Forest game,
so it would be 6, and they've got 4 out of them.
4 out of 6. Yeah. Hull, you predicted would get 3. They've gone and got 5.
Yeah, they've done well.
Bolton, you predicted 1, they've got none, which has been a blessing.
And I think that's the thing. We'll carry on.
And Reading, you predicted would get 4, they've gone and got 6. And Sheffield Wednesday, you predicted 1, and they've gone and got 6.
Yeah, they did. Sheffield Wednesday, I wasn't going to include them on the list because I didn't think that they would go down. I didn't believe at any point that they would be dragged into it. But I put them on and sort of deliberately gave them relatively pessimistic points to keep them in a level to see if they did have a bad end to the season where we'd be finishing really. So the Sheffield Wednesday one is a bit of an iffy one. I didn't really want to put them on the list because I didn't think they would go down. The big difference, obviously, Hull have done well to get points against Villa and Wolves, and then batter QPR. I think they'll have enough now to get themselves out of it. Burton picked up 2 points where I didn't expect them to, but actually I still think they're too far adrift. Reading beating Preston is a blow. I think if they'd have drawn against Preston, it would have kept them down there. But that's a big 3 points for them. But actually, Bolton not winning at all. No points out the last 3 games, and with a pretty tricky run-in. Actually, Millwall unbeaten in 15 or whatever it is at home in the week. Then they're away at Barnsley, which is that massive game on Saturday. Wolves at home, Burton away, Forest at home. Right now, I've got them. Well, on this sheet, I've got them beating Millwall. Now I think that's probably a little bit optimistic. I can't see them beating Millwall. I've then got them getting nothing from Barnsley and Wolves. Now, if they've picked up a point, say they draw up Barnsley, they've picked up a point, they'll be on 40 points with 2 games left. Yeah, that they need. I've got them winning the last 2 games, away at Burton and at home to Forest, but they'll need to. They will need to win those 2 games to stay up, and that's different then because that adds an extra pressure. And Burton will probably be relegated by then, and you know what you get when teams are relegated. They get freedom. The shackles come off, and they can pick up unlikely points. I think Bolton might be looking over their shoulder a little bit. And actually, if I was Barnsley, I'd be looking at that game on Saturday at home to Bolton and saying they're the team we can catch now. We could catch Blues as well, but 3 weeks ago we were trying to catch Barnsley. Yeah. Now Barnsley are trying to catch Bolton before they try and catch us, if you see what I mean.
Yeah. But they have also got that game in hand against Forest.
They have, yeah.
So we've got to not kind of take that into account because you don't over till the fat lady sings her, so to speak.
Yeah.
Who have you got to go down
then? Burton, Sunderland, and Barnsley.
So you think Barnsley? Yeah.
I still, I think so because this is the old one. But yeah, I think I've still got Barnsley, but I had Bolton. Yeah, so I've got Bolton picking up 9 points between now and the end of the season, which I'm thinking is a little bit optimistic now. Actually, if they were to only get 4 points, they'd be right back in it.
It's a tight one down there, guys. It's a very tight one. Right, well done, Mr. Brown, Mrs. Brown, and all the team for collecting that money over the weekend. Sorry I didn't get to see you, but I was running really late.
Yeah, thanks for your donation from your sister.
Bless her. Pat. Popped down to see her and give her a hug on. Celebrated the goal with her as well. So that was quite nice. Yeah.
She's nothing like you, is she?
No, she's
nice.
She's nice. Oh dear. Why did you have to remind everybody that wasn't the picture of the wife that you was with as well earlier?
I didn't want people to think, because there was talk of me being with the wife earlier on in the comments, and then a picture of me and Adam. Don't look right, does he? You know what I mean?
What do you mean it don't look right?
People might get the wrong impression.
How much did you make altogether?
It's nearly £1,000.
Just under £1,000. Absolutely laudable.
Yeah, well, I'm going to top it up to 1,000. So
excellent work. Adrian's put us right here. Wolves won't win the league. Don't win the league with a win, and results go for them. Then just win promotion. So we'll still want to win against us on Sunday.
Oh, of course, yeah. So it won't. Or will it be? Well, it depends what Cardiff do.
It depends what Cardiff do. It depends.
If Cardiff lose to Villa and then lose at the weekend, and Fulham lose, then they could win the league, I think. But yeah, obviously, the league is the one they want to sew up as quick as possible.
Pete Taylor says, "I missed you on Saturday. Mrs. Brown parked on the other side and went in the other cop entrance."
I did see my head.
And Dean seems to think that we've got the hardest running. I tend to kind of believe that.
Possibly, yeah. We've what we've got: Bristol City, Wolves, Sheffield United, and Fulham.
Queens Park Rangers.
Well, I think we could go to QPR.
Yeah,
but I mean they got nothing to play for in terms of playing teams who have got stuff to play for. Bristol City, Wolves, Sheffield United, and Fulham are all in that bracket. All currently in the top 8, I think, at the moment, or top 9 certainly. So, yeah, it's tough, but that's how important the last 4 games have been. That's why we said 10 or 12 points out of the last 4 games wouldn't have guaranteed us safety, but it would give us a fighting chance.
Yeah.
Actually, if you look at the results, how they've gone, if we hadn't have got 10 out of 12, we'd be really, really staring at the barrel now.
James Brown says, to be honest, lads, I think the most important game for us is going to be getting 3 points tomorrow night. Bristol haven't been in great form lately. Do them tomorrow and we'll pile the pressure on everyone behind us too much, I think, for them to catch us. And Paul Hipkiss, please take a tablet. Please relax, take a tablet. He says, imagine if we need to beat Fulham to stay up and Fulham need to beat us to pip the Vile to second place on the final day.
What? But B6?
Yeah.
They got no chance of automatic.
He's
It's
overthinking things a little, Lenny, bless him. Have a tablet, mate. The game against the Dingles should be an open game by both teams. The Dingles will go up, no doubt, Stuart McDonald. Even if they lose against us, we should not change our style of play and attack. We should have Adams back, so Monk could play an attacking formation.
Adams back for when?
Yeah, he'll be back, won't he?
For when?
For no, he won't. He
won't be back for Wolves.
No, because he missed.
That'll be his third game.
That'll be his third
Burton,
game, won't it? Yeah.
Bristol and the Wolves.
Yeah,
So no, he won't be back. He won't be back till after that.
Gallagher might be.
Yeah. Would you put Grounds in?
No,
not yet.
I know we've only got a point, but actually, the way we played, why would you make any changes? You know, the control and the domination we had in that game against Burton. I don't know why you would make any changes from that side. I mean, they've played a lot of games recently, but actually they kept going on Saturday. They didn't look like they were tiring themselves out, and that late goal can give teams such a boost. I'd pick the same 11 and tell them to go again.
Yeah. Dennis said, I had the pleasure of seeing Mr. Floor on Saturday. He was standing.
It's a
rarity, isn't it?
Actually, if you'd have seen me Saturday night, you wouldn't have thought the same. I had one of them football days that I have a year, and Saturday was it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was completely utterly done for. I was being steered home, shall we say? Wonderful. Why not? Ian Lomas has got Fulham to get second place and have the wheels come off the B6 bus from Kev Kelly. Let's hope so.
Do you know what I think's happening at B6? I think they're preparing themselves for the playoffs. I seem to remember Bruce doing this when he was at Hull. When Hull got promoted, where they won the playoffs, and they tailed off a little bit towards the end of the season. Everyone thought that they were the ones who were going to be poor in the playoffs because their form wasn't great, but actually they went and won it. Yeah. I just wonder whether that's what's happening with them down the road. They've taken their, psychologically just not going as which is a surprise after they beat Wolves. You just thought they'd have really gone for it, but then they didn't win the next two, and I think psychologically they're just easing off for the playoffs now, but.
Right, Kev Kelly seems to think that Gallagher is still out for some time, whatever the injury might be. Mrs. B, have we an official balloons in the shed competition result for KNBP charity yet?
I haven't. No, I think Adrian's the guy to see about that.
Okay, Adrian, if you could get onto that one for us and then let us know, that'd be grand. If B6 failed to get promotion, what would you do for charity? Here we go. Right, okay.
I've still got to take your penalty, Dennis.
Yeah.
Blues Ladies.
I thought that was happening this Sunday.
It was supposed to be, but we had a wedding that we had to go to.
Yes, of course.
So I had to rush off afterwards, so I didn't get to do it. But
so
it's going to be the 20. What day is it today?
Today is the 8th.
So it'll be the 29th of April.
29th.
End of April, the Sunday at the end of April.
29th or the
last
nearest
Sunday in April.
Last Sunday in April.
We're at home to Arsenal, so I'll do it now.
Blues Ladies home to Arsenal. Everybody get themselves down the moors, and at the end of the
Watch
game,
me bury
at the end of the game, watch him.
29th.
29th.
I do hope Katzenberger's listening.
I don't.
Let's all watch Mr. Fun. See if he can score a goal. If he score a goal, well, what can I say?
Life complete.
Craig Coates says the total balloons in the shed was 97. Winner will be contacted tomorrow. Many thanks to everybody who had a go. KNBP. What does KNBP stand for?
Kids need both parents.
Oh yes, of course. Yeah.
Here we go. Robert Doyle. I think Mr. Fun should wear an I Love Endoy t-shirt to the last home game of the season.
For charity.
Where are the I Love Endoy t-shirts
With
being
the masks?
sold?
They're in the same shop as the masks.
There are no Czech Endoy memorabilia in the United Kingdom being sold.
If anybody got any Czech and Doyle memorabilia, can you please let us know? Have you any memorabilia from Czech and Doyle?
I saw somebody put on the Facebook page, they got him in the sticker book, in the World Cup sticker book. I saw that.
Is it
Panini?
Panini?
I think that's as good as it's going to get.
Listen, I'll tell you what, you say that, but how few people actually manage to get into that book in the world?
Oh yeah, if you're going to you only get it if you're a top quality footballer who gets to go to the World Cup.
Just putting it out there. Andrew Whitehead says only worry Blues having the next game is firepower up front. Maybe the time to delve into the youth squads or the bench.
I don't know. I don't see a lack of. Yeah, we created nearly 26 chances. 26 chances was it on goal on Saturday, and 13 on target, and keeper made a couple of good saves. But Jukovic has got 2 in 2 now. He's scoring important goals. Well, he's earned us 4 points in the last 2 games. So keep it as it is. They're playing really well. They're playing full of confidence. Yeah. It's a simple game at times. Yeah, exactly. Don't mess about with it.
Don't fix what's not broken.
Yeah.
We've tried that so many times, haven't we?
Well, exactly. The last manager was guilty of that a lot. At times when you just started thinking it was working, he'd do something stupid and play someone out of position, and then it all goes down the pan again. So.
Yeah.
Adam wants to know if we're going to live stream Mr. Fun's penalty. Yes, we are.
I'm sure somebody will.
We will have the facilities there.
Yes.
I'll get the misses on it.
Can we also take the outside recording equipment as well? And get
of course, yeah. Somebody can borrow
the
it.
outside mics. And get a couple of interviews off a couple of ladies.
No problem.
Did Hull City draw against Wolverhampton in the league match? If we can get a draw,
yeah, they did. They drew
against Wolverhampton. I'll be so happy.
Yeah,
I prefer the 3. We all would.
Yeah, obviously.
We'd all take the 3.
Yeah.
James Brown says, I don't know why I'm asking a V6 question, so I apologise. But if they don't go up, is there any ramifications in terms of their spending their 80 million? I've last season or 2 over them being able to spend. Just wonder because I don't like them, and I would find it highly amusing. Nice like on that one.
I cannot even begin to explain how much doo-doo they would be in financially. They would have to sell everyone and start again.
Oh, that'd be a shame.
Completely again. The money they've put in wages and everything. You know, a lot's been made. They haven't spent a lot on transfer fees, but the wages in that place is ridiculous. All of them would have to go. They cannot. What's the limit? 39 million losses over 3 years.
Yeah,
I bet they've done that over a year and a half.
Yeah.
No way would
be a
they be
shame,
able to
wouldn't it?
survive on the levels that they're at. If they don't go up, big changes needed.
Anthony Lloyd saying enjoyed the 93rd
Yeah, I keep
minute
seeing
winner.
Anthony
Wolves
Lloyd
2
popping
Blues.
up with his
Wolves,
hilarious comments.
Wolves 2 Blues 1. Oh, he's saying we're going to lose anyway. So what's the 93rd minute winner for? That's
Probably an own goal.
Wolves 2-1 Blues. I've got it. Versus Wolves 2-1 Blues. I've got it now. Got it.
You're listening to Trevor Francis on the Tilton Talk Show.
Bleeper says she can't see them making the playoffs. They're falling apart. We don't care. Mika Richards on 60 grand a week.
Mika Richards? Oh, God, that's frightening. Hasn't kicked a football in 4 years. He's on 60 grand a week. Imagine if they don't go up.
James Brown said, do you think they'd sack Bruce?
I think Bruce will walk, to be honest with you. I don't think he'll...
Honestly, there'd be no point in him staying because he wouldn't be able to mount a challenge next season because he needs to spend money. He tried to spend money the first season. It didn't work. So he tried to bring in loads of experienced players on big wages this year. If it doesn't work, there's no point in him staying.
We've had a suggestion for the comedy last quarter. Subject tonight then is going to be Indian food. So start thinking. I don't want anybody to write about it just yet, but Indian food in the last
until about 22.
in the last
Not
20,
yet.
20 minutes or so.
Much to it.
Have we got the competition ready, my friend?
It's already, yeah.
Already?
I shall bring the official cup round.
Can be on 75
now.
grand, I heard, but I don't know. Who cares? Never mind Bruce being sacked. Dr. Doolittle would be on too.
I'll tell you what, he'd be counting the pennies, certainly.
I think it's your go, is it? No?
I'll have a go, yeah. Go on, then. Keep going.
And the competition winner this week is
Daniel Scott.
Daniel Scott, SCOTT. Daniel Scott. Well done, Daniel Scott.
Don't remember the name.
Daniel Scott.
Right, Alison Shilton saying she can't get us up on Facebook tonight, just the comments. Try refreshing, Alison, or switching your Facebook off completely.
Have you tried
and then put it
turning
back
the
on
machine on and then off and then on again?
again. I've been having trouble with mine.
It's great,
actually.
some of the
It's been-
techniques.
Have you tried turning it off and then on again?
I've refreshed.
Okay.
I've refreshed. Dennis, who's the Muppet in the background. I think he was got referred
I hope
to you
he's
then.
referring to Mr. Brown and not our manager in the background.
Ian Fontaine, he says, I've totally missed a lot of this tonight, very regrettably. Could we just recap some things?
Yeah. Brilliant at Bolton. Very, very good against Burton and not to win.
And they all lived happily.
Quietly optimistic for Tuesday night. Not optimistic for Sunday against Wolves. Villa are in trouble if they don't go up. There you go.
Well, good.
Here we are, Merritt Bez. Stats here for you. If Sheffield United lose to Middlesbrough, their chances of the playoffs are done. They would need to win 3 of the remaining 4 and hope Middlesbrough lose all 4. Good news for Blues.
Yeah.
If regarding Reading, if Reading get a draw or Fulham don't win, both of the next 2 games, Wolves could have already won it, even with Reading getting a draw. It is possible 3 of these games, including Queen's Park Rangers, could be dead game for our opposition.
Could be.
But there again, it could be
And
the opposite.
Fulham could be automatically promoted on the last day of the season, so that game could be dead to them as well. What I did read somewhere this week, and I'm not sure if it's true or internet fake news, but apparently the Football League changed the rules last year about after the Huddersfield debacle.
Yeah.
So teams can't make like 11 changes. So
no, they can't.
You're not going to have a situation like that. Now, obviously,
obviously,
if Fulham go into that last game and they're already promoted, or if Fulham go into that last game and they can't get automatic, but they're guaranteed playoffs, there's no reason why they can't just play their strongest 11 and just not even try. Do you know what I mean?
What if you accidentally get 8 injuries in the game previous to ours?
yeah.
Niggles, you know what I mean?
Yeah, just
oh, he's got the
a
flu.
week out.
He's got the flu. He's got belly belly.
It's awful, really. Yeah.
It's been what a week for us.
Yeah.
Oh dear! In previous form, we will go to Fulham needing a result. Robert Doyle thinks.
Yeah.
I'm hoping not, Robert. I'm hoping not.
Could you imagine?
Dennis saying, "Can we make 3 changes at the time?" we're governed by the EFL rules.
Yeah. Can only make one
Who could
a week.
possibly
Sorry,
replace us?
Chris Dix has got a bit more positive. What we panicking for? Maximum points, Wolves. I'd love that. I really would. I'd love to see us beat Wolves. I really would.
Well, the way Man United reacted at the weekend, Man City thought that they'd won the title against their fierce rivals, and then Man United go and turn the tables on them. So it can be done. Listen, it's a game of football, 90-minute game of football between two teams.
And the thing is, we're going into each game as a cup game, which is and that's going
But you can see the confidence in the players is growing game by game. Like I said, that Burton game, I know we've only picked up a point, and it's slightly disappointing, but actually, you put the perspective of how we played in that game. I haven't seen us play that well and create that many chances and be that dominant in a game of football for a hell of a long time.
and not win.
Paul Gills put us right on the players. It's 10 of the previous games named players must be included in the next game's match day team.
Right.
That's
so they could all be on the... You can make 7 changes and put them all on the bench.
Put them on the bench, yeah.
Yeah, it's possible. Oh, Mike.
Go on.
Mike Hansen. Imagine if we still had Cottrell.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
Mike, have a pill.
This prediction
Have a pill.
would be gone. We'd pointless. We'd be gone, long gone.
I want to keep that one, that updating every single week, because I want to... Right, what I'm doing personally, as I told you earlier, I'm judging you personally against the Sky Supercomputer, right? Okay, which the Sky Supercomputer...
Pew versus the supercomputer.
Oh, yeah.
The Sky Supercomputer predicts that we will get 1 more point.
I can't believe that.
1 point.
I cannot believe that.
And the Sky Supercomputer predicts that we
Do you
will
know
get
who we get that point against?
No, I didn't see. No. But the Sky Supercomputer versus your brain.
Yeah.
It's game on. What are we on? 5 games left, are we?
5 games left, 6 for Barnsley.
5 games left. You versus Sky.
1 point, I reckon we'll get.
It's crazy.
Crikey, no.
Absolutely crazy.
I mean, I'm guessing they work that. How do they work that out?
Well,
what
by a
form?
supercomputer.
It can't be previous
But
form.
you don't
it must be.
you don't get emotion. You don't get
No.
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 You don't take into consideration things like Fulham have just secured automatic promotion and have had a week on the booze.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Things like you can't put that.
And our away
into...
support is so
exactly.
fantastic.
You go to QPR and we take over QPR on our last away game, and they got nothing to play for.
No.
I don't see any reason why we can't go to QPR and win.
Yep. I agree.
Paul said, what about Man City and Liverpool making 7 changes each at the weekend? Well, if you can put 7 on the bench,
changes,
that's 7. The 7 changes that you can
yeah.
you can do.
They're obviously following the rules, or else they'll be pulled up on it.
Yeah. Matt Wilkes, I don't think my nerves can cope again with it all on the last game.
Oh, no. I hope it isn't. I really do.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll be able to take that.
No.
Well, a lot of people saying the 1 point is against Sheffield United.
So the supercomputer thinks we'll go to QPR and lose on our last away game in a relegation battle. We're getting nothing from QPR. That's a brave supercomputer.
I can see a fight coming up with the supercomputer. In a ring.
I'll fight the supercomputer for charity.
Yeah.
Matthew Revel says he's not able to listen to the end of the show. Taking things back to an old theme, new pies, donkey pie, Mr. Fun. We've had some donkeys of players in the past. Where does Undoy sit in your all-time worst?
As a footballer, I've said it before. I haven't seen anybody with less technical ability. I haven't seen.
No,
I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry.
I
am sorry.
I think technically.
Good evening to Gregory from Porth Call. Welcome to the show. Stuart McDonald says, I think you'll find quite a few people do not want Fulham to go up, as going to Fulham is the best away stadium to go to. Easy to get there, pubs let you in.
That's a good point.
Nice walk to the ground, away end under cover, so supporters can make a lot of noise. Hot dogs, nice taste, don't know about the pies.
It's a good point. It'll be a shame to miss out on that, wouldn't it? But then if you look at who's coming down, West Brom are down. So that'll be a local derby.
Well, yes.
Looks like your local lot are coming down as well.
It's not my local.
Stokies.
Do not associate
The Stokies
me.
might
Do
be
not
coming
associate
down.
me with anybody that
It's only
eats copious quantities of chips on a Saturday
It's
night.
only a trip down the A50 for
chip
you,
down
isn't
the
it?
A50. I could walk it.
Yeah, exactly. So, so you might lose Wolves and Fulham, which are popular away days, but looks like you'll be gaining West Brom and Stoke. So.
And I've never been to the Hawthorns. Never been to the Hawthorns.
Crazy.
I know, you said
Crazy
that.
that
I
is.
can't believe
Yeah,
that.
honestly, I've never been to the Hawthorns.
Outrage.
There's always something that happened on the day when even one of my children was born. On that day,
What an
and when
excuse.
she let out this most horrendous scream in the hospital. I said, "Serves you right for having him on match day." Just can't help it. Adam Wilkes, we should do a Tilton Talk Grand National Sweepsake with a TT merchandise as a prize, £2. And proceeds going to KMBP or Children's Hospital. We could do that. How would we go about doing that though?
Well, we'd have to get the technical department involved.
Is it Grand National this Saturday?
It's
This
Saturday.
Saturday,
Yes, it's there.
So we could, if we had time,
Yeah.
if somebody wasn't doing anything, they could get all the runners and riders.
I think you're trying to insinuate somebody on this side hasn't got a lot to do.
It's coming in, Steve Tarbuck. Let's hack the computer.
We'll get the Russians to destroy it.
Oh, golly.
blame them
dear.
anyway.
You're being listened to. You do know that, don't you?
Don't worry about it.
All your data's being shared with this company down in... Where is it?
Get 'em, those Russians.
Kyle says we've sold 1,300 from 1998. Few more hundred support the boys. Prices or not, they need us. Keep right on.
It'd be nice. I'm working late tomorrow, but
I
32
can't
quid
make
ticket.
tomorrow either.
No.
How many?
32 quid a
it's a
ticket.
lot, isn't it?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Tuesday night.
Listen. Credit to Bolton Wanderers.
100%,
£15 a ticket.
Yeah.
Pound for children.
Yeah.
4,812 has went. So that makes the difference.
And they made the money on the pies.
It's the whole thing, it just makes me so mad. So mad.
£72,000.
For what?
£15 a ticket. 4,800 go. That's £72,000. £32 a ticket at Bristol. 1,200 go. That's £38,400.
There we go. The maths has been done.
Come on, clubs.
Plus
£15 a ticket.
Plus drinks and
Yeah.
they're missing out drinks
exactly.
and
The local
pies and
economy.
things. Yeah,
Me and my car full eating at Frankie and Benny's beforehand. Nick and his car full at the American bar.
the pubs.
And you know what? It was so nice.
Yeah.
It was honestly, it was so nice. I didn't eat any food. I was just like Wembley-esque. I was just too nervous to consume any food whatsoever. It was a proper footballing day out. And again, thanks again, Bolton Wanderers, wonderful football club.
Yeah.
Please don't overtake us, but thanks for the nice day out.
Thinking about that actually as well. We were just talking about away days and things like that. Actually, I'd rather Barnsley go down than Bolton because I'd prefer to go back to Bolton next season than I would
Again,
Barnsley.
I've not done Barnsley, so I couldn't comment on that one.
I don't like Barnsley.
No. Kev Kelly, the supercomputer, is a claret and blue Sinclair ZX81 hidden in the bottom drawer of the Mail's news desk. Love it.
Don't criticise the Mail. We've got friends at the Mail.
Yes.
Have
we?
Well, we have.
Or have we?
Oh, we have.
Have we?
Have we?
Have we?
Oh.
Are our people talking to their
Have
people?
we? Or have we?
Interesting. Have we?
Or
That's
have we?
interesting.
It's not a fair conversation.
Okay.
Okay.
We're just going off air for 2 minutes.
Play a song.
Dennis says Ndoye is far better than Mr. Fun. If Anne saved Mr. Fun's penalty, we will wear an
Come
Ndoye
on.
t-shirt.
We're comparing a
Dennis,
professional
Dennis,
footballer to me. Come on,
Dennis.
Dennis. have a think about what you're
can we
saying.
compare?
Come on.
Please, you're not going to wear them shorts you've got on tonight, though, are you?
Oh, yeah.
Now this is worth going to be watching live.
Please don't.
Live on FaceTube. I tell you what.
I've got the red boots in the car and everything.
Brilliant stuff. So your score prediction then for tomorrow?
1-2.
Right.
Away win.
Anthony,
Come on.
Sorry, Anthony Early's saying BCFC under 23s 2-0. Keep right on. I don't know. Who
No, they're
playing.
away at Cardiff, I think.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
Stuff. Oh, yeah, 2-0. Good stuff.
Barnsley is like watching a game in a stadium that looks like a big crusty pie.
It's horrible, man. Honestly,
It's not a nice
park.
ground.
Well, the last time I went, they got its park right at the top of the hill. So you can overlooking the stand. It was like it's like a kids' swimming bath play centre sort of thing. The car park was. So I couldn't find anywhere to have a drink around there. And you just go down the hill and into the ground. Like you say, it's a bit lifeless. Don't like it.
Soulless, isn't it?
Yeah,
I don't
Soulless
like
place,
it.
yeah.
Apart from Merritts and Kev, everybody's gone for a Blues win tomorrow. And
Kevin 1-1.
Sheldon 2-0 win away tomorrow. Chris Woodley says, I didn't mind Barnsley, haha. And who was it? Kev French says Barnsley's like going back to the 70s.
It is. That's a good description. That is. Yeah. Feel like you're going back in time up to Barnsley. Yeah.
If we beat Bristol tomorrow, will they chuck the supercomputer out the window and buy a new supercomputer?
They'll just hire me.
Well,
Actually, no, they won't. Because I've got us getting a point. So.
You haven't. Overall, you haven't done too bad. You've done all
right.
You've done all right.
I've got
so
the
far.
right points for Blues.
Yeah.
Right points for Sunderland. And we'll stop it there.
Stop while you're ahead.
No, I haven't done anything ridiculous.
No.
I'm not ridiculously out.
Right, Barnsley worst day ever. Stephen Gill.
Yeah, don't like Barnsley.
Blues 2-1 as last year. Where are the two goals coming from, chaps? A 1-0 Nick will do us. 2 would be a better cushion.
I tell you what, I want another.
Flat cap and whip it land.
yeah. I want another goal from a set piece, another corner,
Yeah.
thumping header.
Barnsley's like the land that time forgot. Loads of flat caps and ferrets everywhere.
Well, a lot of grounds used to be like that, you know.
I mean, look
But
at
you
the
adapt
old-
with
the old-
time, don't you?
Yeah.
You move with the times.
Yeah,
You don't just
you should
go.
do, yeah.
We're from Yorkshire. We're happy.
but a quarter of our football stadium's in a disastrous state.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's the surrounding areas, everything about it. It's just, get rid.
Chris Woodley says, anybody worried that our goal difference could come back and bite us in the backside?
It's better than Bolton now, isn't it?
I don't think so, is it?
It is, isn't it? By 2 goals, is it?
Is it?
It's better than someone in and around it. It's better than Burton and Sunderland, but it's better than one other as well, I'm sure it is.
Thanks, Robert Doyle. I love your sense of humour. Our smelly flag is worth more than the Barnsley Stadium.
Yeah, probably is, yeah.
Yeah, Ian Fontaine says we've picked up 10 points in 4 games. That was just unthinkable pre-GMT. Gary Monk time.
Completely unthinkable. Ian's right, and that's how, you know, whether you like Kotter, whether you agreed with it or not, whether you agree with the principle of hiring and firing managers quickly or not, that's why you do it. That's why you do it. You can't hang around in football for a long time. You can't sit and wait and wonder, should we get him rid, should we not? Clearly wasn't working. They've made the right appointment now. Give ourselves a fighting chance.
One goal, the difference is between us and Bolton.
But so it is Bolton. We're one better than, so you know.
Yeah.
And
Again.
and of course we're 1 point better off as well.
Yeah.
Both played 41.
Yeah.
Bolton's last 5 were lose, win, draw. Ours have been draw, win, lose.
Yeah, but they've lost their last 3, haven't they? So
They've lost the last 3.
you know, and like I said, Millwall to come, Barnsley away, massive game. Wolves at home. Can't see them getting anything against Wolves, so it's down to the last 2 games for them, I think.
I can see quite a big following going to Barnsley.
Yeah, it's only down the road, isn't it? Yeah.
Right, there are some. Chris Brown, can you help me out on this one?
I will.
For the voting for the blog.
What am I just? I'm just going to pass this
there you
to
go.
you.
Football
There you go.
Football Podcast
Yeah,
Awards. All right.
Yeah, okay. The easiest way is if you go to either the page you're on, which is the Keep Right On page, or if you go to our group page, Tilton Talk, on there, towards the top, hopefully, you'll see a link. Now, if you click the link and go to the podcast section, which is a football podcast section, All you've got to do there is type in the address, which is I've given
There's
on
a
in the
hyperlink there anyway, isn't there?
It's in the same post. So
There's a hyperlink there. That
yeah,
you
the
can click,
hyperlink's there. All you got to do is copy and paste,
Yeah.
and then paste it into the link provided.
So do vote for us because we do work very hard on
it
this.
could be the
on this
only
show.
trophy that's
We've ever won.
associated with Birmingham City this season, sort of.
Oh, do you know what? A lap of honour on the last day.
Around the pitch.
Oh yeah.
For the best football podcast
Yeah.
around.
And thanks to all our
Do you
Twitter,
think anyone would stay behind
followers.
for it?
they deliberately give out the clappers again so that they can get thrown.
Oh yeah, we'll get a celebrity in, wouldn't they,
Yeah,
to
yeah.
award it to us?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Brilliant. Oh my God.
Kevin Kelly, Steve Cottrell's comment: no matter who comes in a month, it's the same players and it will be the same results.
Absolutely.
How wrong
Completely,
could he be?
Utterly right,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
statement
What a
is.
clown.
Yeah.
And another one: the players are scared to play at home, can't play at home, can't play with in front of our own fans. Another ridiculous comment.
Pete Taylor says if Ndoye scores, Monk will stay. If the unthinkable does happen, will the Monk stay? Let's have a think about that now. Stuart Bailey, right?
Oh, we were so close. We were so close to going a whole show without actually considering the possibility of going down.
Don't we kind of have to though?
No,
still?
I know. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And-
I don't think he will stay.
Who's going to be the fat lady that sings? Can we have one? Have we got a fat lady that's going to sing?
Are we being fattest now?
Huh?
Yeah,
Well, if I'm being fat, it's not
mean,
fat.
that
I don't
is.
care.
It's mean, that is. Nasty.
All right, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll say, all right, if we stay up, right, I'll put a wig on
Yeah.
and I'll sing a song
Oh,
live.
lovely.
There we go. Remember last time I did it? Nearly closed the show down.
Well, the audience has dropped off now
Yeah,
just by you saying it.
And Monk outfits for the last game if we're on the
Looks like
ascendant.
it.
So,
Yeah,
I
keep-
think that's
yeah,
an
keep
absolute
it on.
Easiest
Oh,
to do, isn't it?
definitely.
It's on your blanket,
Yeah.
isn't it, really?
Yeah.
It's the easiest to do.
Just
Yeah,
a blanket.
Just a blanket,
over,
innit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wear a belt.
A brown one.
I can't wait till they're searching everybody outside, patting down through the 20,000 monks.
I think it should be the haircuts there, because you can get the,
Yeah, you
the
gotta
wig
get the
things
wig,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
monk wig.
Are you willing?
Am I willing?
Are you willing to have a
Of
monk
course, I'm
cut?
not willing. But
Are you
if
willing to have a
everybody
monk
else
cut?
is doing it. I'm not having it cut.
No, if we stay up,
I'll wear a wig.
if
I'm
we
not
sta-
having it cut.
If we stay up, are you
Yeah.
willing to have a monk cut for charity?
No.
I think it'd be the funniest thing.
Definitely,
It would be.
not.
Every single supporter, except for you, were there dressed as a monk. I think it would be.
No, I mean with a shaved round bit in the
It's
middle.
not
Yeah,
happening.
the shaved
It's not
bit as well,
happening.
yeah.
I will wear a wig and I will put a robe on.
Yeah.
But I'm not having it cut. I am not going the whole.
Not for charity.
Oh no, I didn't.
Not even. No charity is worthy of that. No, sorry.
That's it. I could just dress as Pavarotti and do Ness and Dormer. Thanks, Ian Lamus, for that one. I've got to get practicing.
Oh, what's wrong with you people? Everybody seems to be delighted at the prospect of me getting my hair cut like
Yes, the monk cut.
You've got to do it for
Now,
charity now.
Royal Blue Monk robes on eBay now. Is it worth investing yet? How much are they, Kev Kelly? If you could let us know, mate, because I can't
We
really
could do
switch on to eBay while I'm on this one.
live cut on air.
That's fine.
Now?
Yeah.
that. What a terrific idea! No,
Actually, we're putting it to the people, and the people want
Yes.
yes.
They want
the
it.
people can get lost.
I've got some big razors in the back.
Mr. B, did Mr. Martin O'Connor get back to you with regards to being a return guest?
Well, we should have sorted it out for this week, but unfortunately I've been so busy, so hopefully...
We'll give you more details next week. Then.
Yeah, hopefully next week.
Yeah. Go for it, Chris. Stewards dressed as monks will be better. Chris Pugh makes a secret living as the latter Elvis. He can't- It's all coming
I've had
in.
a haircut this week. All right.
Yes, ×2 from David Twine. Mind I asked the question 2 weeks ago about who do we all think will be leaving at the end of the season, but there was no comment. Beg your pardon. There are so many comments that come on, Stuart.
We
can't possibly read them all. I personally think Davis will go as somebody will come in for him. Would not be surprised to see other teams interested in Hotter as well.
Depends if we've stayed up.
don't-
If we've stayed up,
Yeah.
why would anybody leave? We've finished the season really well.
Yeah.
We've got a young up and coming manager that the players seem to really enjoy playing for. The likes of Davis and Hotter, Davis especially. Davis has been through the ringer with managers lately, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He was there under Rowett, so he's seen it all. why he'd leave when we've finally got another good up and coming manager, I don't know. And again, Hotter, Monk's getting the best out of him. Why Hotter would leave when his manager's currently getting the best out of him?
Well,
Doesn't make any sense to me. Unless the financial situation is so bad that we need to sell. Obviously, that's a
worry.
That's a situation that you might have to consider.
All we can do is look.
But we don't
we've got
know
a game
that, do we?
Tuesday.
So
we've got a
from
game
a football
Sunday.
league, yeah.
And then we've got a show on Monday.
Yeah.
Right. We're going to be in a much better position to think about what might or might not be come next Monday. So.
Yeah. Pete Taylor, Carson Young to do the haircut.
Oh. Has he got his shorts on again? Yes, he has, unfortunately. Monk Road's about a tenner, says Kyle. Oh, that's all right. And Ian Fontaine says Super Chris Pewter.
Yeah, I like that, Ian.
Let's just take a moment to reflect.
Scary.
We can do this.
Frightening, this. It's 15 minutes left. I hope this isn't all the way to the end. No.
Daniel Jackson says, my mate's a Man U fan and has been going to St Andrews with me on the odd occasion. Took him to Bolton, and on the drive back he actually said, that's it for me on Blues. Nice. Round of applause. Yeah. Hooray,
Well done,
brilliant. Nice one.
That's
Keep
what
it
happens,
going.
just hit you
Keep it
there.
going.
Yeah.
And I took young Courtney for her first away game.
Yeah.
And she wrote to me very nicely on Facebook and said, you know what? She said, that I had the time of my life.
Yeah. But actually, it's like I said, when you're there and you finally get over the line. Actually, do you know what was the best one? The one as the board went up. So it was in injury time had just been announced. We've been under the cosh for the last half hour, and that keep right on so loud. So, you can't help but feel. Actually, bloody hell!
Imagine being a player.
This is amazing. Exactly.
That must go right through you.
You're defending for your lives. You're knackered. You're a couple of minutes left to hold out, and then you see 5,000 Blues fans singing that at the other end. It gives you that extra little bit more, doesn't it? And the players and the manager said it after the game as well.
Oh, right, okay. Paid 14 quid from Amazon for my robes. Steve Tarbuck's already got one.
Oh, they've already got them.
Yeah,
do you think, being a member of the clergy, as I am...
We both are.
We both are. I've got my card with me, you see, as well.
Oh, carries it wherever it goes.
Just in case, you never know. Apparently I can marry somebody as long as it's in
We are genuinely, both Chris Brown and myself are genuinely ordained ministers of the faith. There you go.
There's my card.
Ian Fontaine answered me this. If Wolves go up and they sack Nuno for some reason he wants to join Blues, would you get rid of Monk to bring Nuno in? That is the hypothetical question of the night.
It's crazy. I don't know why he's getting the sack after he's just led Wolves to promotion, but now I think Andoy. Someone's come up with it. I think Gary Monk has done so well since he's come in. He's done so much to turn the fortunes around. I don't know why you'd even consider another manager at the moment. No. Unless we went down, you go.
Okay, so we are into the last 15 minutes then. Anything to do with Indian food and football? The first one's coming from Pete Taylor. We need Ndoit in the team for his argy bargy. I'll give you one here. Balti Old instead of Bertie Old.
Okay.
Balti Old. Yeah, so there you go. I'm sure these will come flying in. Can't wait to get Vassell back in the team next season. Yeah, you know what? We genuinely have missed him, and we've missed that pace and that electricity from him.
You can imagine. I mean, I have to say, full credit Jukovic as well. Not only his goals over the last two games, but his general work and everything. He looks leaner. He looks sharper. He looks fitter.
And seems to be in the right place at the right time.
He's been brilliant the last two games. But actually, yeah, if you put someone, Adams or Vassell or both of them alongside him, it's a threat, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Chili Magoma with rice.
Chili Magoma. Okay.
We knew this one would be coming through. Chicken Balti. We knew that would be coming through. But I keep forgetting we have Vassell. But if we stay up, he'll be unreal next season. Get the right striker up top with them. I think 20 plus easily achievable. Excited. Me too, James. As long as he's back to his best. Alex Ferguson's dad used to watch the Blues because he worked next door at the BSA factory. Get Alex on the show. Try it, boys. Well, we can only ask, can't we?
Can ask.
Can
That'd
we
be,
ask?
that'd be amazing. That would.
Some stupid ones coming through.
My buddy insulted. I have to read them first.
It's
My buddy
the
insulted the waiter at an Indian restaurant, and then he got sick afterwards, probably because he had bad karma. Instead of karma.
Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Fun, when Grounds is fit, does he go back in the back long term and Colin Harding fight it out for the right back?
Yes.
Okay, good. Right, that's it. We've got monkfish curry,
Pete Taylor's is a better one.
poppadong.
Papadong.
Yeah, garden
Papa Dong.
bloomer.
Papa Dong.
What's dong?
I don't know.
Player.
As in our owner. Our CEO.
Ah, yeah. Ding and dong.
Rendong.
Had bowl of curry last night.
Bowl of curry,
yes, I like that. I've got that. No, this is the best one.
Had bowl of curry last night. Sam, you're up the lead so far.
These last few results
Kumar
prove
naan
we've stopped
bread.
these last few results prove we've stopped the rotty.
Stop the rot. Oh, yeah, very good.
Like it.
Gary,
like
nice one. These
curry
curry jokes
jokes.
aren't currying any flavour with me.
Keema roof.
Yeah.
All this curry talk is going to get a madras on, but not till this is finished. Going to get a madras on.
A bit lame, really. Yeah. These
Yeah.
curry jokes aren't currying any favour with me.
Yeah.
We've
turned the
turned
corner.
Oh,
That's a
good one.
candidate, isn't it?
That's a good one.
That's a candidate. We've turned the corner.
It's up there, Ian.
I
Yeah.
can't cope with this sometimes. I really can't, honestly. I mean, how do you associate anything to do with Indian food and football? And then they just come up with all these suggestions all the time.
Frightening.
Golly,
Because
frightening.
they're sad, like us.
Frightening. So yeah, I've had your Bristol City. The one for Sunday. Do you think a lot depends on that result Sunday, dependent on what might or might not happen, the scenarios that pan out?
Yeah,
that week?
definitely. Yeah, you have to take that into consideration.
Sorry, go on.
Whatever happens over the next couple of nights, I still don't think we'll pick anything up at Wolves.
Right, okay.
Unfortunately.
Undoy couldn't beat me naan.
Yeah.
I like it.
I'll have a chicken pandiani with extra hotter sauce. Very good.
Doubled up. I like it.
The owners will be lighting the purse strings. They've coughed a lot of money up. Good one.
Do you know, I've got an image, right, of all the people on this chat now
Searching for a
going through Indian menus, trying to find links to football.
I think next week it should be a Chinese one. And then we can have an Italian one the week after.
Yeah.
My madras seems to get hotter every week.
Yeah.
That was a dull pun. Tilton Dung Boomer. Rogan Josh Cogley.
Oh, look at Ian's
I like that one, Adrian. I like
Keep
that one.
Rice on.
Keep Rice on. Oh, well done. Good stuff.
Oh dear. Oh golly.
Steve Portman's gone for 1-1 Sunday.
Donaldson's dad, Papa Don.
Not having it.
Oh golly heck. Oh, Barry fried rice.
No.
Keep calm and curry on. Carry on like that one.
Can't see us Vinda losing under one. That's a good one.
Yeah, and I think he probably thought he was probably working that one out. As
yeah.
soon as we
He's
mentioned
had
it, so
Vindaloo
it's-
and he's gone
yeah.
Vindaloo. Come on, how can I get Vindaloo?
Took me 20 minutes, but I got there.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Boga calling after a hotter chicken curry. Hotter as the runs that count. Tidine curry. The curry is too hotter. Alu. Instead of alu, see alu gobi.
Yeah.
I quite like that actually.
Yeah.
I'm getting hungry now.
Some of these could be just made up names.
I
'Cause
know,
you know
yeah.
what I mean?
I've got a clue
'Cause
what's
a lot of
going
them
on
could
there.
go to posh restaurants that we don't go to. and know the real names. Yeah.
Another argy-bargy
Super
one.
6. What happened Saturday again?
I forgot.
Oh no!
Yeah.
no.
Really?
Really?
And I was watching results,
Three
thinking you
times
get
I've
all
done
sure
that
I've
this
messages,
season.
Messages and emails and everything.
Yeah, sure.
3
I've got
times
that
I've done
one,
that this
yeah.
season, missed it.
Awful.
I think I only got 4.
Shay Adams, was it a foul against Bolton or not?
No.
I quite like that one. I quite like that one.
I'm glad Cottrell got shown the tan door.
Oh, like that. Who was that?
Pete Taylor.
Yeah, that's a good one. We can't foul.
Oh, are we in the mood for some pillow talk?
Do you think tomorrow night we'll get 3 points in the kebab? Kebab. No? We can't fall. Chicken jotter.
We can't fall. Oh, I like that one, yeah.
I mean, just a couple of minutes, all this malarkey comes through.
I'm glad we only do it for the last 15 minutes. I'm not.
Well, you got to have a little bit of fun in life, haven't you?
Not too much.
Any words from the ladies' camps this week?
No game this week. It's international duty this week. So I think the next game is Yeovil away, which is going to be on Wednesday, the 18th of April, I think.
That's a journey on a Wednesday, isn't it?
Yeah, it's vile. It's they've changed. It's normally at Hewish Park, the Yeovil men's ground, but they've changed the last 4 their home games. I think this one's going to be at Taunton Town, which I think is a little bit better. It's just off the M5, I think that is. So just a straight journey down if anybody's for the fans that are going. So yeah, so that's the next game, and then. But
well, Kyle, if it's your local town, make sure you get down to it.
Yeah, I was speaking to Kyle on Twitter earlier on. I think he said he's only a few yards, a few miles down the road, so he's going to go to that one. Yeah.
Adrian Harris, keep right on, boys, till next weekend. 6 points. Let's hope, my friend. Let's hope
so.
As Dave Toyne says, let's not sag behind the rest. And what else is it? Yeah, Gary Barnfield. Are we in the mood for some pillow talk?
Yeah.
Pillow rice. As in pillow rice. Lucas Jalfrezi. No news on the ladies, so curry on.
Yeah.
This relegation is bad for my Tika. I'm going to need chemotherapy after this one. Oh, that's harsh. I can hear the announcer loud. Great Graham, pitch is great. So is it, you say it's just out of town, is it?
Yeah, well, it's Taunton Town's ground. I think.
Right, got ya.
Car's just put the Viridor, I think it is, or something. The ground, right. But it is. If you look at it, I was looking at it on Google Maps earlier. It is just literally off the motorway. Yeah.
Paul Peshwari Salido. Somebody has got too much time on his hands.
Far too much time.
The shed is back. Oh gosh. The next series, ladies' matches versus Arsenal, Mr. Fun, to fall on his backside. See if we can get more views in the coffin.
As I said at the time, it's either going to be me falling over or I'm going to blaze it into the car park.
Yeah,
it's the only 2 possible options from me taking this penalty.
And just to remind you that Chris is going to be taking a penalty against Anne Katrinberger, Birmingham City's star goalkeeper, for the ladies. Dennis has already donated £100 to charity. If anybody else
she's taking one against
very,
me
very
for
welcome.
some bizarre reason.
Let me know which menu I need for next week.
Very good.
I can just imagine it. Fans going round to the restaurants.
Yeah.
I've done that one.
All this week now, they're just going to be stockpiling takeaway restaurant. Takeaway.
Corey Brady. Corey Brady.
I think we should pick an obscure food to make it harder, I think.
Yeah.
No,
I'm in touch with a gentleman who
I don't know
spoke to the Swan last week,
right,
and I'll ask if you want me to get him on the show or not. And he's been to 2,200 football grounds.
Let me know. Okay.
It's a decent effort.
That's a decent effort around the world. He's been to 2,200 football grounds.
That's a lot. Yeah.
Some of them local non-league, which was why he was in Utox last week to go and watch the Utox game, and he notches that one off. But and he has an awful lot to do with grassroots football as well. Okay, so it might be one worth bringing in.
Just
having a chat and seeing what his exploits have been. Samosa Gallagher, by the way.
Samosa Gallagher, I saw that one. Yeah, it'd be interesting to have him on though.
Yeah.
His thoughts on all the different grounds that he's been to. His thoughts on Barnsley.
Is that the guy's name, Adam Thurston? No, or was that something else?
Do you know it's written on a piece of paper at home? So I don't know. I really don't know. Let's hope the Blues rise to the occasion tomorrow. Our defence is a shashlik. Alou Cisse.
Robert Dawes got a question.
Yeah.
Did I hear right? You've been touching a gentleman at the Swan.
I've been in touch with a gentleman.
Oh,
I've never heard it called that before.
it's difficult over Facebook Live. You hear things sometimes.
Fire up Tilton Talk Show with your curry pictures. Haha. Can you actually upload pictures on these?
You can't do it on the chat.
Don't you
No,
can,
I can put pictures up here, but can't do it on the chat. No.
No, you can't. You can't kind of put pictures up on the chat box anyway.
No, sorry.
If we stay up, Gary Monk will be our pillar of society.
Mr. Funding. Yeah. So a week on Sunday then. The last Sunday in the month of April is when you're taking on Anne-Catherine-Berger.
It is.
What's the kick-off time for that game?
I believe it's 2:00 at Solihull Moors.
2:00 kick-off.
Yeah.
And then I want everybody to amass behind the goal.
Yeah.
Right?
Give me all the abuse you can get.
To amass behind the goal, right? I'll see if I can get perhaps pitch side so that I'm behind you, videoing it, Facebook Live.
Okay,
Yeah, I'll record it in HD.
I want everybody behind the goal with their phone torches on, waving them.
Yeah.
Will you be a full kick?
Give me the V,
and then win, lose or draw.
Yeah.
Is it just the one penalty you're taking?
I believe so.
Just the one penalty.
I'm taking one, and then she's taking one against me. Yeah.
Oh yes, of course. Yeah.
Which is even worse. I'm just going to wave that one in. Put it in that corner. I'm not going anywhere near it.
I'm going that way.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Well, almost time. There we go. Mondays. Dirty flag should be there. We should get that dirty flag back out of its shed, shouldn't we? Convinced it's going to be the last day, lads. If you were offered that now, how would you take that scenario?
If I was offered it right now, the last...
To win it?
Can you
I'll take it to win it. St Andrews would be mental.
But can you give... Steve, can you give me the scenario? Do we need to win? Or if we lose and Barnsley or Bolton lose, we still stay up? Do we have to win on the last day in that situation? Because I don't think I would take it then.
No.
Yeah.
I think if we were above Barnsley and Bolton, but we could still mathematically go down on the last day, I think I'd take that.
Yeah.
But if we're below them, if we're in the bottom three on the last day, needing to win, I don't
Could
think
you
I
imagine
will.
staying up on the last day then?
Again,
I've seen
it's
a few
unbearable. But you know, we've had it for the good and we've had it for the bad. I remember us going down from the Premier League away at Spurs. That was the last day.
Yeah.
And then at home to Blackburn as well, where everyone come on the pitch and started having a pop at Golden Sullivan. So, you know, we've gone down on the last day and we've survived on the last day quite a lot, actually, a worrying amount over the last 10 years or so. So yeah, I wouldn't put it past it. I wouldn't put it past it to go to the last time.
Oh God,
I hope
please,
not. Though.
Please, no.
I really hope not.
Right, news just in. Check and Doy masks and I Love Mr. Fun t-shirts are now available in the Tilton Talk merchandise store.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kev. Good show from Bleepy. Thanks,
Good
Lav.
stuff.
Can't beat a bit of footy and curry talk on a Monday. Eggberry fried rice. That's quite good. Can
Berry
we stop
fried
this
rice.
nonsense? Is he wearing a monk outfit in goal? Laser pen. Adrian's turning up with a laser pen to show. Anyone love the Shed returning on Saturday versus Burton?
No, because they were rubbish.
Is it?
It took ages. I didn't think they were going to get off the pitch. I think it was just a one-off.
Yeah.
I like the 888 one.
Robert
where they
Dawes.
kick it
Robert,
through the hole.
I don't know how old you are, Robert. He says I don't want to go to the last day. I age at 5 years every season. I must be about.
You must be getting on there.
I must be in the 80s now,
I know, yeah.
at least.
Yeah.
Come on, you Blues! Big win tomorrow. I agree, Kyle. Couldn't agree more. Let's get this done before the last day. Our luck is about to run out. I hope not. No, I hope not. I really hope not. So that's it, guys. That's the Tilton Talk Show for Monday night. Since we last spoke, 4 points in the bag, out of the relegation zone. One above Bolton Wanderers. Whew. They don't half keep you on your seats, don't they? These Blues.
They don't half.
Huh? Or on your pews.
Yeah.
I might strike up anything to do with church and football next week.
Oh, don't give him a week to prepare.
Oh, no, I won't.
My
Okay.
God,
All right.
it'll be unbearable.
Anthony, you really enjoyed the show, fellas. Keep right on. Thanks,
Cheers,
Anthony.
Anthony.
It's for you people that we do it. This is why we're here. And please don't forget to follow the link, copy that hyperlink, and go and vote for us.
Please
for
vote
the best
for us.
football podcast,
Football podcast.
2018. It would be absolutely wonderful for Birmingham City to win something, and we'd take it on their behalf.
We would, yeah.
Keep right on to the end of the road. 2 big games coming up there. Bristol City away tomorrow, and then down to Dingletown on Sunday. Can we? Just possibly, can we? Thank you, Mr. Fun. Thank you, Mrs. Brown. And thank you, you wonderful people out there. Good night. See you next Monday.